I think it's very likely we found the one story that could possibly be less believable than the Jussie Smollett situation. And funny how incredibly close they are to one another, at least when it comes to the facts in question. I mean, man, there's so many different things, because this is another big red flag. It was one of the first stories that I seen here today, like very early today. This story just dropped hot off the presses, so it's like, okay, so you want maximum exposure throughout the day. Interesting. And then, okay, it's also June. It's June 6th. Okay, it's right here, right at the beginning of the month. And what else is going on as well? It's like, it's such the perfect storm. If this did happen, I mean, come on, the attack just wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be this at all, because this is just something that out of touch Hollywood writers write when they think of somebody gay bashing. Like, take a look. Elliot Page reveals a chilling transphobic attack outside LA hotel. I'm going to, how far into this video are we already? I think I can drop the fucking. I'm going to fucking gay bash you, Rainbow F slur. Isn't that a little on the nose? On the reconstructed dick, okay? And yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot. It's not even just recency bias. Is it less believable than Jussie Smollett? Because it's very, very similar, right? Because this apparently happened in Los Angeles. This Elliot Page situation in Los Angeles, which is absolutely absurd to think that anybody would be against the gay agenda over there, as opposed to the Jussie Smollett situation in Chicago. Now, what Jussie Smollett has going for him when it comes to being less believable is that it happened at 2 o'clock in the morning on the coldest night of the year. But at least he had the audacity. He didn't quite, okay? He at least framed his situation a little bit more of a believable light because it happened in January. He didn't wait until Gay History Month or Black History Month. He didn't set it in February or June. We have Elliot Page out here doing this right smack dab in the middle of his chosen month. And another mark against Elliot in this one, you're walking around in Los Angeles. We all know, we can all see how far Los Angeles has fallen, just how crime-ridden, homeless-ridden, and everything else that it is. Elliot is still somewhat of a star, especially in comparison to Jussie Smollett. We already know that that's total bullshit. Like, it was found by a court of his peers that he was a total liar. Still hasn't spent more than, 2 days in prison? But yeah, no, excellent legal team that he had. So good, in fact, that, one of those lawyers hopped on the Tate case, and then within a couple of weeks' time, they were out of jail. So, hey, don't hate the players, hate the game. Yeah, to go back to Page on this one, you think they're going around Los Angeles without security detail? Yeah, or at least somebody to corroborate this story? Come on, something is incredibly off. But there's also other red flags, because I did a little bit of digging outside of this as well. And we already know that it's completely and totally unbelievable, right? Like, hey man, after your transition and all that stuff, you don't get that same privilege that you used to. There's no fucking hashtag believe all guys this time around. Hey man, if you wanted to go ahead and spin this yarn, you should have, left your tits attached to your chest, but now you got that very trendy trans stamp. Anyways, actor Elliot Page has shared he was verbally attacked and threatened by a crazed transphobic man who shouted that he was the reason I need a gun in Los Angeles last year. I need a gun. Oh yeah. That's the one reason. A crazed transphobic man. You could at least say that it was a crazy homeless guy. Like, come on, that would be at least a little bit more credible. But then it just also undermines your story as like the ramblings of a homeless man. Okay, cool. Page 36, yo, you look like ass for 36, on top of everything else, was standing at the corner of the West Hollywood. Okay, so in the gayest part of Los Angeles, somebody was levying a homophobic slur. Transphobic. I don't even know what you'd characterize that is. All I know is that it's just total fucking cap. On his way to the Pink Dot convenience store. Fucking Christ. It even has a fast food joint. This one, convenience store. Jussie Smollett, he had the Subway at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's the only thing that's different. And we don't have a time frame so far, but it's pretty close. One going to get soft serve ice cream, the other one to go get a foot long. Interesting. I think they both have the same proclivities. But anyways, yeah, when an enraged, hateful stranger approached him, shouting obscenities, according to the Los Angeles Times. Oh my stars and garters. I'm going to fucking gay bash you. Well, isn't by dropping the rainbow F slur a gay bash? And why would somebody come out and go, I'm gonna commit a hate crime. I hate you. That's basically what you're doing right there by just announcing the act. The most formalized version of announcing the act. It's so fucking dumb. It's like if you get caught trespassing, somebody's announcing, I'm going to assault you as they're chasing you off their property with a baseball bat while yelling an accurate slur at you. Like, what are we doing? Actually, that doesn't make any sense because there's no dudes around here. And Elliot likes the scissoring, so it makes zero fucking sense. Employees at Pink Dot escorted a terrified Page into the shop, but the man allegedly followed him and stood at the store's doorway. Now, if this happened last year, we would have heard something about this. Another reason. Cap. Big fucking cap. This is why I need a gun. The maniac reportedly yelled at Page through the glass door. Why? Okay. But I thought Page was the one that needed the gun. You're just even mixing up your own story right here. Page, whose dead name was Ellen Page. Yeah, back when Elliot was somewhat more famous. I'm pretty sure that I've said this before. I've only seen one at the time Ellen Page film. Like, I never watched Juno. That shit never fucking appealed to me. And Michael Cera is just kind of creepy to begin with. I've seen that dog shit film, Hard Candy. Ugh. God, you do some dumb shit for box every once in a while, but that's one of those things that I can remember. There was a little pseudo film fest with all these artsy fartsy, if I could steal a word from this crazed transphobic man, certain iggity films, watched about 3 of them. One of them was, I don't know, just a bunch of inbred. This was about 10 years ago. I think it was called Sicko. The other one was that stupid kids film. Oh my God. It's one of those things where it's like, you do some dumb things for box every once in a while, but I can even still look back and I knew at the time and I know it now for certain. It wasn't worth it. She was fucking sexy. She had a great body, but a big fucking waste of my time. And I knew it. I knew it the entire... Anyways, not about me. It's about this fictive... My story, my accurate story is the only accurate, representation of anybody's memories. Like, for fuck's sakes, man. Now, when I'm in Los Angeles, I don't feel comfortable like I used to going for walks. Okay, that's actually relatable because so many other people in Los Angeles are at the exact same way right now, if they haven't left already. Oh my God, why is it always the fucking Canadians? Anyways, the ordeal may have shaken the actor, but he acknowledged that he has the privilege to stay in safer hotels. What the fuck? And higher security if needed. Yeah. Interesting. Unlike most people living in Los Angeles. That doesn't mean it's not traumatic, but I have resources that, in every instance, that is difficult to protect and can shield me from these things. The Juno star. Really, though? Can you actually accredit that? Because it's so much different now. For obvious reasons. Recounting of the alleged verbal assault and threats comes in the wake of another story he recently shared from his upcoming memoir, Pageboy. Put a little bin in that for a second. When a famous asshole told him being gay doesn't exist. Wow, all of these big stories that come out at this point in time, who could have possibly seen this happening? Page, who came out as gay in February of 2014, claimed as an unnamed A-list actor told him that he was going to fuck you to make you realize you aren't gay at a birthday party in Los Angeles shortly after coming out. Oh, fuck it, we're actually playing story time because I also don't really believe that this story happened as well. But I do echo the sentiments of this unnamed A-list actor. And so without getting into too much detail, yeah, lesbians, for the most part, it's kind of cap. Just saying. He purposefully did not give the name of the accused high-profile celebrity, but said they would hear about this and know it's him. I'm sure he cares. Again, you haven't named anybody, even some crazed, psychopath. You didn't even fucking report it, but you used it to push this memoir that is obviously fucking Photoshop because it's hilarious, right? Take a look, okay? So you got an extra small wife beater. Now, I'm wearing purple shorts, okay? So actually, I guess I'm a little bit gayer than Elliot, but yeah, brothers got blue jeans and, probably actually the same length of chain that I have, so that's a little bit but my hair's, Jesus Christ, am I actually gayer than Elliot Page? I just like pussy, not dick, though, so that's weird. Oh my God, we have that in common, apparently, too. And we're Canadian. Oh my God, my world is closing in. Except for Nope, yep, it's still there. But yo, man, it just compare and contrast, right? So you got those, surgical implants for abs, because you take a look at the rest of the build. Like, we could just go ahead and enlarge this for a second. It's absolutely incongruent what you have right there. Obviously, you had the scars from where your tits used to be. That's been lasered off a little bit, or maybe the picture's been touched up a little bit, but there is absolutely no deltoid development, shoulders at all whatsoever, no biceps at all to speak. It's just a twiggy chick. That's exactly what that is, because that's exactly what that is. And then you take a look at, the cover of the Memoir, and it's like, yeah, it's touched up a little bit, but as much as you want to be a fucking, MS-13 initiate, it's like, it's not gonna work out. Everybody just sees, Juno's been on a cycle once. It's like, nobody fucking cares, right? So yeah, to just do some additional fact scavenging, came across a couple of tweets that I find are very interesting, because, well, it's very interesting. Trans actor Elliot Page says he was attacked by someone in a very liberal Los Angeles. Yeah, that's a big interesting part. Okay, apparently the person said, "I'm going to fucking gay bash you, F slur." Okay, in 2019, as Ellen Page, she went on TV and blamed Trump and Mike Pence's public statement, or stances on trans and gay rights, for what happened to Jussie Smollett. Oh shit, so you got like a direct connection right there. And what was Jussie Smollett trying to prop up and promote at the time? His character just got killed off on Empire. I think I have that correct. But yeah, he was about to lose his only attachment to relevance in Hollywood. And like it says there, she received a standing ovation. Does anyone believe this nonsense? Absolutely not. But yes, standing up for Jussie Smollett at the time, because Orange Man bad and Mike Pence was going raiding on motherfuckers. That was back in 2019. Couldn't have possibly updated and co-opted that story as well, but yeah, as you can see right here, so this story dropped first thing this morning. Yeah, like I seen it, I guess that's probably a local time, but yeah, I seen that within an hour of publication. That was right there. So that dropped at 7:13 this morning. Yeah, June 6th right there. And what so else happens to come out today? Oh, a book. Oh, this is all in the furtherance of a book launch. You telling me this is totally cap? Wow, you're just using it to try to get your name searchable and then to put your memoir that's just been released out there? Like, wow, big shock on that one. So yeah, it looks like, hey guys, because nobody's names had dropped and no police reports have been filed, it looks like we've gotten to the bottom of this case, and guess what it totally is? Co-opt an analogy that I use fairly often, but it's normally about, Elliot before all the surgery. You can change the hardware, but the software remains the same. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.